Hey there, welcome to Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. Well, I've had a little bit of change of heart and I'm going to try to protect some stuff in the garden from this upcoming freeze. Well, in my last video, entitled My Garden Will Die, kind of clickbaity, but doing well. I said that I was going to let my garden just weather this upcoming deep freeze. A lot of y'all didn't like that. A lot of y'all said I should try to preserve some things. And you know, I thought about it and I started thinking, well, I don't have many resources for my actual garden itself, but I did scrounge up some cloth, which I covered some of the things in the garden, and I have these big buckets and they're black. Well, it's sunny right now. If I put those over some of those cabbages, then it will protect them from the wind chill, and the black will collect heat and maybe warm up the soil a little bit and maybe protect them, you know, hold a 5 or 10 degree differential of temperature between the air outside and the air inside the bucket. So I'm going to turn those over on some of my cabbages and cauliflowers and brassicas. But I also want to get my citrus tree protected, at least the trunks and the down near the base. And the reason for that is I'm going to lose a lot of foliage. It'll probably die back all the way down to where I wrap it, and that's okay. That's what happened in the last freeze. But I need to get it protected. So what I'm going to do is use some incandescent Christmas lights and wrap those around those bottom branches and then insulate that with a wrap. And hopefully we don't lose power. We lost power last time. It still survived. The whole tree was covered at that point, but it was cold in there. So we're just going to protect the trunk down near the soil, and if we have to cut it back this spring, that's fine. That tree grows fast. That's an incredible recovery from the last freeze. So I need to get to work. Okay, we've harvested the lemons. Got some lights here. Let's get these wrapped around the base of this tree. Now I have to watch out. Lucy is filled with thorns. Man, these butterflies, there's a monarch right there. These butterflies are in for a shock, aren't they? There's lizards out today. It's about 60 degrees. But in about 4 hours, that front's going to blow through here. And it is projected to get down to 20 tonight. 20 degrees. That's no fun. All right, I got to get in here and watch out for thorns. This is going to be fun. All right. There's tons of bees around here too. Man, these thorns are huge. In fact, when I was harvesting, I actually dropped a lemon on one of these thorns and it stuck. So I guess we're not so much going to wrap as just accumulate here. Let's see. These lights actually put off enough heat to make a bit of a difference. Let's see if I can get to the backside. Citrus trees, man. They'll put a whipping on you. There goes my hat. Yeah, I don't recommend crawling around under a citrus tree, folks. This is not a happy place right here. All right, let's get down in here with a nice furry blanket. We want to protect the trunk as best we can. There's a good use for thorns. You can tack on your blanket. Bring that around that way. Well, so far, I've only got myself twice on a thorn. Let's see, maybe this brick. That ought to work. All right, that'll do. I need to take those bricks up anyway. All right. Plug her in. Now I got to find the end of that light. Great. Forgot about that part. All right, the lights work. Now let's get this thing wrapped up again. It's not the finest work, but you know, that's a hazardous work environment in there. Here's what I'm talking about. Look at that. hard as a nail, sharp as a needle. Yeah. That'll make your day interesting. Okay, we have our lights, we have our wrap, and I only got bloodied on both hands, so that's good. Here's what you do if your citrus tree goes through a freeze and you're not sure if it has survived or not. At first, it's not going to look very, the leaves might look frozen, but you're not really going to be able to tell if the wood is viable for a while. So what you want to do is just leave it, watch it, give it 2 or 3 months. And what you'll see, if those leaves die and turn brown and drop, well, you know that you can start checking your limbs and start out on the limbs, the small limbs, and start trimming back until you see green. Sometimes you'll have to go all the way down to the base of the tree and saw that wood off. But wait, don't do it right away. Wait, don't dig it up, don't chop it down. Lucy, I waited for 3 months. Lucy started sending up shoots. So then I began to chop down and bring her back gradually, and 1.5 feet high. That was where we chopped Lucy. Now look at her. That's almost 2 years of growth, and we got fruit. So a good tree with a good root system can bounce back from a freeze. Don't rush it. Don't chop it down too early. Just wait and see. I really want to save on this broccoli here. So take this, just put it over there. Take this, put it over that one. Hopefully that'll protect these plants, at least from the wind chill. Now I only have a few of these, so I'm going to spread them around. I'd like to save some cauliflower. I'd like to save on some of this cauliflower here. Now it will be sunny during the day tomorrow, but cold. And we're going to remain near freezing much of the week. So we'll see if maybe some of these can survive and thrive. This granite cabbage, I'll just take it in. Let's go save some of this cabbage over here too. I said goodbye to a lot of these plants the other day. I still think we're going to lose almost all of it, but a little bit of protection from the wind for some of these plants, and maybe we'll save them. We're going to leave some uncovered just to see. Again, in my video before, I said that these are cold hardy plants, but they haven't had the opportunity to gradually prepare themselves, to winterize themselves. There's a process I explained in that video, and they haven't had that opportunity. As I mentioned, I did cover my carrots with Agribon. I forgot what model number that cloth is, but it's very light, and it doesn't offer a lot of protection, but it may offer some. I've also covered my pak choy and half my turnips with a double layer of that. Yeah, so we'll see. If nothing else, it'll help reduce the wind burn, and everything else out here is on its own. I'm going to harvest this lettuce. I could take these in, but I don't have any more space. I have already, these herbs are just going to have to go. I've already taken in all the pots that I can fit. I took in my citrus, it's in the house. I took my Barbados cherry, put it in the garage. I dug up my ginger and put it in a pot. Had some good roots down there. Put that in the garage. I'm going to replant that. And then today, I got a shipment. My apricot tree and my 2 pawpaw trees came today. The apricot tree will be planted out in the spring, or as soon as it doesn't look like we're going to get heavy freezes. It's totally dormant, so it should be fine. But yeah, shipping right in the middle of a freeze. Go tell them what they've gone through. Got our ginger. Got some bare root trees. This big cherry tree, man, had to strap it to the dolly cart just to get it in. And my little bitty pawpaw tree, which finally went dormant. They'll ride out the storm inside the garage. Did bring in a ton of rosemary, just in case. That'll be enough to keep us in rosemary for the whole year. But I do expect the rosemary to grow back. Citrus trees are doing fine over here. They're going to ride out the storm in relative comfort. Dug up the ginger. Hopefully we can save that. Well, if that's not providential, the fire ants built up a big mound around the base of my muscadine. Maybe that's some insulation, huh? Now, as I said in my last video, I'm fairly certain that my apple trees will be just fine. But I am going to wrap the base with some towels. And this is just to see if I can, if these trees really can't take it, then I want at least some of the scion wood above the graft and the rootstock to be at least a little bit protected. So maybe if we've got some dieback, we can regrow this tree. These are my two favorite ones, and we'll just wrap their bases. Now, I don't have any more towels that I can sacrifice, so we'll see if this makes a difference on these trees, and we'll leave the others as control and just wrap these up a bit and call that done. Everything else, it's on its own. Mulch piled up around your apple tree roots. That'll help a little bit to insulate that rootstock and some of the scion wood. You know, use what you got. And that's all I have left. Hey, thanks for joining me on Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. I hope, we survive with some plants intact. We'll let you know. If you want to see what happens in this garden, subscribe, click like, and share the video, and we'll talk to you next time. Happy gardening to you. Bye-bye. Don't know if that's going to work. It's better than nothing.